Hello guys, how are you? This is just a small build of the Eduard 172nd MIG-15. The reason why I'm talking to you, I am narrating this video, is because I am not in the mood for writing. Some people say it's better, some people say it's not. I'm doing this. The reason why I'm doing this build is because I wanted to test the Vallejo metallic range that I recently acquired some paints and the varnish for it. So I wanted to see how they perform, and if possible to do all this build with only Vallejo products. No one is paying me for that. I'm not being sponsored for anything or anyone. I just want to see how far we can go with this range of paints. As you realize by now, we are starting on the cockpit. Here, as you can see, I'm using Vallejo Model Air Gray with some drops of airbrush flow improver. What I found out is that even if Vallejo Model Air is ready for the airbrush, if you use 1, 2, 3 drops of Vallejo airbrush flow improver, the paint will flow much better. It doesn't clog the airbrush so much. This goes also for the most thick range of Vallejo paints, the other Vallejo paints that you use. Okay, so if you use an airbrush flow improver, a few drops of it, everything will be much better. Here you must use some ballast, some lead from the BB gun, some lead. I won't use it, I don't have any. And while I was building this kit, I realized that I didn't have any, so this kit will be a tail sitter. It's a warning, guys, okay? But I don't mind. I will glue it to a stand, to a base. Make sure there are no scratches on the surface you are working on, that everything is smooth. Here I'm using a sanding sponge in order to respect, not to damage, the curvature of the fuselage of this kit. With all that sanding, we lost some panel lines, so we have to rescribe it. That's what I'm trying here to do, to rescribe some panel lines lost. We're going to need a little bit of putty here on the wings, so I'm going to use Tamiya white putty. I like very much Tamiya white putty. It's much better to work than the gray one. I usually clean the Tamiya white putty with lacquer thinner. It is great to clean it. You just use a bit of lacquer thinner in a cotton bud and it dissolves, and then you don't only have to clean and sand. you can see, the primer I used was Vallejo black gloss primer, which turned out to be a great primer and also a great foundation for the metallic color applied ahead. As you can see, I apply the primer in light coats, very, very light coats. And I am extremely careful. As you can see, I didn't isolate the cockpit, so I have to have very, very, very careful on the cockpit area. As you can see, the black gloss, the glossy black, is fantastic. Of course, here we have also a little bit of an optical illusion because of the lights, but it is as shiny as it looks. It is fantastic. And after cleaning the kit, I started to apply the metal color, the aluminum and chrome on the MIG-15, which turned out fantastic. As you know, the jets, the metal jets, metallic jets, they have purple, pink, red burned near the exhausts, so the jet exhausts. So I used the Tamiya Weathering Master Set, the D1, and I was very, very happy with it. It went so well that it really looks like it was applied by airbrush, but I didn't have the remaining colors of the metal colors, so as you can see, I tried to use this weathering set, and it turned out very, very good. Only my opinion, of course, but it turns out I am satisfied with it. After applying the metal colors, I sealed it with the appropriate varnish from Vallejo also. And as you can see, I'm applying here on the top of the jet, and half an hour later I applied on the sides and on the bottom part. As you can see here, I am going to paint the red nose of the MiG, and something funny happened. As you can see, I'm using the RLM23 with a little bit of airbrush flow improver. However, something funny happened. While I'm applying the RLM23, I am watching it, and something is wrong. This is not the red that it looks like. Turned out that in metal colors, the RLM23, it's almost like a pinkish color, so my bad. So I went with the scarlet red, and finally it turned out great. After finishing painting the nose, I gave it another coat of metal varnish to seal the paint and to prepare the surface for decaling. Decals, well, they were great. Eduard makes great decals and kits, as you know. And I also used decal solution from Vallejo, mainly the decal fix and the decal medium. As you can see, the decal here is not straight, not correctly positioned, so afterwards I took care of it. And after finishing the decals, I gave it another coat of metal varnish to seal all and to prepare for weathering. I gave the model a paint wash with game color wash from Vallejo, the brown one, and yeah, it turned out well. I never have used this wash like this before, but it was quite enjoyable to apply and very easy to remove, and the detail was very, very good. Here I'm doing a bit of chipping. As you know, this red probably was painted on bare metal, so it had a tendency to scratch with use and maintenance. So here is just a personal option. You can do a heavy chipping or a light chipping. Some will say that it should be low, a soft one, and other ones it should be heavy. Well, this is just my interpretation. Another thing I noticed is that this canopy, this clear canopy, is not as clear as it should be. It's a bit thick, so I sanded with 8000 grit sponge and then used Tamiya compound to restore the shine, and well, at least it turned a bit better. gluing the canopy and the heads-up display and well, all the canopy, I use white glue, clear white glue, but if you use regular white glue it will do it also. And for the antenna I use Easy Line. I have this 30.5 meters Easy Line, but you can melt a bit of a sprue, stretch it and use it. And it's done, guys. Here it is, the Eduard 1/72 MIG-15. As I told you, and being totally honest, this one's a tails hitter. I was having so much fun that I didn't want it to leave and to buy some lead to ballast the weight of the kit. I will glue this one to a base. However, you can see the gum is on the wheel, on the front wheel. But other than that, I enjoyed thoroughly this kit. It is amazing. What I enjoyed also very much was the metal colors from Vallejo. They are acrylic, easy to clean, and you can obtain these results. As you can see here, I found them very pleasant to work with and very good. And I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. If you prefer that I speak and narrate my videos in the future, please tell me in the comments below. Please tell me, because I'm having serious doubts on this. And if you enjoyed this video, thank you for it. and don't forget, keep modeling always with a smile.